This segment of Dirt Diggler's Shitty Sports Show was brought to you by ESPN. We pick your idols for you. Remember Tim Tebow? You do now.
Warning. Pregnant women, the elderly, and children under 16 should avoid prolonged exposure to Dirt Diggler. Dirt Diggler may suddenly accelerate to dangerous speeds. Dirt Diggler has high gluten content and is not kosher, halal, or vegan safe. Do not ingest Dirt Diggler, as Dirt Diggler is for external use only. Discontinue listening to Dirt Diggler if any of the following occurs: itching, vertigo, dizziness, discoloration of urine, tingling in extremities, loss of balance or coordination, slurred speech, temporary blindness, profuse sweating, heart palpitations, increased use of profanity. If listening to Dirt Diggler gives you an erection lasting longer than 4 hours, you're welcome. Listening to Dirt Diggler may lead to unplanned pregnancies. If Dirt Diggler begins to smoke, get away immediately. Seek shelter and cover head. Dirt Diggler may stick to certain types of skin. When not in use, Dirt Diggler should be returned to a special container and kept under refrigeration. The ingredients of Dirt Diggler include, but are not limited to, a glowing substance which fell to the earth, presumably from outer space, and bad memories. Do not taunt Dirt Diggler. Dirt Diggler does not come with a lifetime guarantee. Dirt Diggler. Enjoy the show.
Extra heat.
All right, what's going on? It is the Dirt Diggler, the dirtiest Diggler to ever Diggler for
That's
Dirt
right,
Diggler.
bitches.
To my
Right,
left, as
bitches.
always, is the illustrious.
Kenny the Dork, unapologetically New England.
And this is Dirt Diggler's Shitty Sports Show, where the beer is kind of cold and the takes are kind of hot, but, you know,
Yeah.
shit happens.
Shit.
So,
It does happen.
so this is actually a redo. This
Yeah.
one here. So we had done, a couple weeks ago, we had done the Why Your Division Sucks. We kicked that series off because camp was going in, right? NFL camp was firing up, so we were doing Why Your Division Sucks. And it just didn't have the spirit that we would like to have when we do one of those. So
Yeah.
I decided I didn't publish that one. I didn't put it out. So we come back and we're going to cover those teams, which in this case was the AFC and NFC South, and we're going to cover those and the NFC and AFC West. So we're actually going to roast half of the fucking league in one shot. Which,
Why not?
I mean, yeah, right. So
I mean,
the Hall of Fame game's already been played,
yeah.
which was some really shitty football.
I'm sorry. Did Ed Reed not look like a homeless person?
No, you know what? He looked like a dude who just didn't give a fuck, to be honest.
Hey, you know, and he has earned it.
Yeah, Ed Reed.
I was stoked to see Ty Law go in though.
So Ed Reed is the guy they bring up when you start as an Eagles fan. When you bring up Dawkins, they bring up Reed, and it's like, okay, well, you can't deny the impact that Ed Reed had back there playing center field, but you also can't deny the impact that Dawkins had wherever he was at because he played close to the line. So Ed Reed has got more pass defense stats than Dawkins, but Dawkins has more run support stats. And the bottom line is, I think Dawkins was a second-year guy. Yeah. Second year of eligibility, you got in. First year for Ed Reed. I think they both should have been first-year guys, first ballot guys.
Right.
But, it's hard for safeties to get in.
Yes, it is.
It's hard for safeties to get in. So it's nice when you've got then again, the way safeties are employed have changed, right? You didn't have, you had Ronnie Lott, who was like the safety, right?
He was ferocious.
But he was drafted as cornerback. But then you had this generation where you had the Palomalus, the Dawkins, the Reeds. These guys changed how you deploy safeties. They changed how defenses worked. Your fucking what's his damn name out of Seattle? He just left Seattle.
Oh, Thomas.
Yeah, Earl Thomas's. They changed the way the position was played. They were so versatile. So it's nice. We're going to see more of these guys go in because their stats are outlandish now. So you're going to see more of them go in. But for a long time, safety was one of the hardest positions. In fact, it was the hardest skill position to make it into the Hall. So either way, let's get into the schedule, shall we? The schedule. So like I said, we're going to roast the AFC South, the NFC South, the AFC West, and the NFC West. We're going to roast all those teams in no particular order. We're just going to go at it. And for brevity's sake, because we don't want a 3-hour show for you guys, because we know, attention spans being what they are, and we all got lives and adult shit we need to be doing. We're going to try to keep this as short as possible. So we cut out almost everything from the show, minus the Why Your Division Sucks pieces, the shitty beer, and the hot take, because those,
That's our staples.
Yeah, we got to do that.
Well, and to be fair, it's a more efficient, vitriol-filled show today.
Yeah.
We were a little bit saccharine in our previous recording.
We were not as
ferocious.
We were pretty forgiving, and honestly, I was a little ashamed.
Yeah.
I'm like, I left that show, and it was like, all right, it wasn't bad. I think I was getting sick too, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I wasn't in the best
today,
place.
no, we're gonna hate fuck their souls.
Oh God, yes, I fucking joy. Yeah, I'm gonna belly laugh at their pain is what I'm gonna fucking do.
Schadenfreude.
Bring it. So
yeah,
let's start with the NFC, the AFC South, right? This Kenny, why don't you kick off the preamble for this one?
Well, see, you know why the AFC South sucks?
Why did they suck, Kenny?
Because a team from this division is almost always guaranteed to lose on Wild Card Weekend. Did you know that no team from this division has had a first-round playoff bye since the 09 Colts? And oh yeah, in 2018, two teams, Houston and Indianapolis, played each other on Wild Card Weekend. So, they're always guaranteed to be in the Saturday 4:30 slot. They're not quite sexy enough to be prime time.
I swear this. The Jaguars? What about the Jaguars?
Jaguars for Wild Card Weekend.
Oh my God!
Yeah, on their run to the almost getting to the Super Bowl a couple of years ago. Wild Card Weekend, they beat the Bills.
Wow, they did.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, well, but they did manage to escape that ignominious Saturday 4:30 slot by being the Sunday at 1 kickoff.
Oh, okay.
Still not sexy enough
for prime time.
Because the AFC South football is just not sexy for prime time.
I mean, they're not even real teams.
So
let's shit on them, right? The Titans, who, despite sound advice from Denzel Washington, I often struggle to remember, they have a charming yet injury-prone quarterback whose ceiling is roughly wild card weekend playoff exit in Marcus Mariota. They have a running back who I'm certain is actually an orc or a troll or some other kind of D&D monster, and he plays like it, and that's Derrick Henry. Their wide receiver core, I don't fucking know who they are. I
can name Corey Davis only because he's a disappointment.
Can any of you name their fucking receiver? Because I sure as fuck can't, so I didn't even...
I think they still have Delaney Walker.
Who the fuck... What's the Delaney Walker?
I think he's a wide receiver or a tight end. I don't know.
Either way, I don't care. I don't care enough to look them up. They're pretty underwhelming. And they have a coach who decided that Mike Munchak's offense was way too modern with the exotic smash mouth, and he was going to take it back to 1996 with his play calling and Mike Vrabel, who may or may not technically be part of the Belichick coaching tree. Dork, is Vrabel part of the coaching tree?
No. He's just a player.
Just a player.
He was a great player for very long, a good student of the game. Obviously, he picked up a few things here and there. He's parlayed that into head coaching career. Kudos to you. Because he never coached under Belichick, I don't count him.
You know how I know he's not a Belichick coaching tree coach?
He's made a playoff game?
That, and he's not an absolute dick.
Ah!
Right. He's not a failure. Not an abject failure. At least not right now. Let's give him time.
I mean,
it's Tennessee. I mean, Jeff Fisher's ghost is still roaming the hallways.
I mean, if the strike doesn't happen in 2020, he'll fail.
It's going to happen. Either way, Mariota is seen as an injury-prone, mobile quarterback with a limited ceiling. So, to back him up, they picked up Ryan Tannehill, who was an injury-prone, mobile quarterback with an even more limited ceiling, but none of the charm that Mariota has.
Yeah, enjoy your fucking practice squad check, fuckers.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit. So,
yeah, he married hot, so.
Well, I mean, we have money, it's not hard.
No way, right?
We've seen.
He's a quarterback.
He's tall and he's it's not hard. I mean,
that's for the chessier people.
I mean, this is for backing up your injury-prone mobile quarterback with an injury-prone mobile quarterback. That is for the chess. I swear the Titans are inventing new ways to be slightly above mediocre right now. Slightly above mediocre, which they need. There needs to be some kind of award the league recognizes when they say, hey, this team is so aggressively mediocre that we should recognize their efforts because you have to purposely be this mediocre. And I think the Titans will win that award this year. But the question is, what would that award be named? Would it be named the coaching unit?
Nah.
JC dash.
As long as it isn't the civil conflict trophy, I'm fine. Fucking Bob Diaco.
Yeah. Either way, as my mom used to say, slightly above mediocre is all it takes to win this made-up division. So.
Yeah. So Saturday, 4:30, the first Saturday of the year, we'll probably see a 10-6 or 9-7 team that won this division losing a playoff game
because it is tradition.
It's tradition. It's like the Lions on Thanksgiving at
Why
noon.
do we do that to ourselves, man?
It's terrible.
Yeah. You want to kick off the next team, sir?
All right, so Indianapolis. We all know how much I love these guys.
Mm-hmm.
So neckbeard connoisseur, squirrel knuckle oil enthusiast, and part-time bridge troll Andrew Luck is once again at the helm of this overachieving opioid dump-fueled dumpster fire. His throwing shoulder is now entirely made up of crab meat and wishes, Christmas tinsel, and dark magic. Their coach is responsible for the greatest comeback in NCAA football history and the greatest comeback in NFL history, good old Frank Reich. But none of that will matter when the devil comes to collect Andrew Luck's shoulder's soul, playing the fiddle.
Yes.
Yeah, by mid-season. And then they've got to start Jacoby Brissett, which I guess is better than that guy they had with Scott Tolzien a couple of years ago.
Oh,
but
no.
still,
Who's that guy who had, like, translucent skin that backed up Manning?
Curtis Painter.
God damn, he was an ugly man.
Hey, I'm sure Nathan Peterman will be available by trade.
Oh, no, he won't.
Oh, okay.
No, we'll cover the Peterman eventually.
All right.
We're going to cover the Peterman. I'm telling you.
I mean, yeah. And also, weird-looking goober and fail son Chad Kelly is also here whenever he isn't breaking and entering while pants-shittingly drunk, because that's awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing.
The owner is still the fail son, the league suspended for getting arrested while in possession of a briefcase of pills and money. And when I say this, I mean a briefcase full of pills and money.
Like you have a briefcase, right? There's an ample amount of space in there. Now imagine it brimming with,
like you can't shut it. It's so full.
With fucking pills and money.
The fan base sucks, and the franchise put up a banner for basically finishing the season without getting kicked out of the league altogether.
Yeah, AFC finalist was the banner.
Oh,
right?
yeah. They put it up after Deflategate because they got there fairly. Go fuck yourselves.
Is that their logic?
That was their logic.
That's their logic.
Because they got there fairly.
I'm honestly, that's stupid. Well, I guess if you were high, that was a good idea.
Yeah, well, and then they also put up, like wild card winner.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that. That's the worst banner ever, and then they went and topped it somehow.
Yeah, I mean, what's next? They're going to put up a trophy outside of the stadium for Griff Whalen executing the worst fucking trick play ever.
I mean, that's all that's left at this point.
Yeah, swinging gate,
Quit playing and just do
and
it.
then Chuck Pagano sitting there like, why did you snap it?
Chuck
Pagano ain't here anymore.
Yeah, he's gone. They got Frank Reich.
I know, but still, I mean, that was so great.
So moving on to Jacksonville.
Ho-ho.
All right, Philadelphia hero and Super Bowl 52 MVP Nick Foles and his albino eggplant are down here. So that's nice. What isn't going to be nice
Thank you for allowing me to finish that sip.
Yeah, I waited for you to finish. You're sipping your beer. My equipment is not waterproof. What isn't going to be nice is when the team and fans realize that Foles needs a very specific offense and game plan in order to succeed. I will bet money that the brain trust in Jacksonville aren't the ones who will bring out his best.
No.
Think less of Philly Foles and more of Jeff Fisher's Rams Foles.
Oh, wow.
People forget that he absolutely sucked when they traded him for Sam Bradford.
Yep.
All right, so Leonard Fournette is still here, despite GM and professional grumpy old man Tom Coughlin publicly keel-hauling him.
Lawn.
Do you know what keel-hauling is?
Yeah, running him aground.
No, keel-hauling is even worse. Keel-hauling, back in the days of wooden ships and pirates and the such, it was one of the means of executing capital punishment aboard while underway. So what they would do is they would tie a rope to your ankles, throw you off the front of the boat, and basically run you over with the boat until you died. Like, they would continue to pull you back up and throw you back in front of the boat as the boat's moving until you died. So you got to think, on the bottom of a boat, there's barnacles and all kinds of other shit that attach it to the boat, right? And they're purposely running you over with the boat, which you're either going to drown or get shredded and bleed out. But that's what keel hauling is. And I just figured that's about what Coughlin did with Fournette and
T.J. Yeldon.
T.J. Yeldon, yeah. So,
yep. That's pretty fucking.
Yeah, well, it's if you're gonna be an angry old man, you might as well commit fully to it, and you gotta give Coughlin credit for that. He's an angry old man.
And so is the coach.
Oh God,
Doug Marrone. He's a cranky old son of a bitch.
Yep. So publicly keel hauling him and his backup for getting caught not giving a shit during a lost season. They jettisoned Bortles into the ether, which was smart, but now we, the viewers, won't be treated with as many inexplicable turnovers to talk about between games. In the end, we're the losers in this one. well, us in the entire city of Jacksonville for both believing it is a real city
Duval!
and that this team has a shot at anything other than a slow drowning via global warming.
Youch.
Yeah, it's a little dark there, but I'm okay with it.
Hey, they hit 100 degrees in September every year.
That's fucking weird. Did you there's a YouTube clip where they interview this, I don't know if she's homeless or what, but they interview this Jacksonville fan. It is the most surreal experience, man. She is unfucking believable. I'm gonna find that and I'm gonna fucking add it to the show because her interview. I know what I'll do. I'll put the link to it in the comments in the description of the show so you can see this. But this is peak Jacksonville right here. I mean, she looks like a leather fucking purse, so she's like sunburnt to shit. Right, and she's maybe coherent, maybe not. Either way, her answers to the questions, I don't know why they're like, this woman looks like something I could talk to. They put the mic in her face, and it's magic from that point forward. I swear to God.
I mean, as we said on this show 2 years ago, the only reason people go to Jaguars games is because they shut down the meth lab.
Yeah, because they blew up the meth lab.
Oh, they did.
Methamphetamine and teeth. Two things that don't coincide in Jacksonville. We get one or the other.
Yeah.
So you want to take up Houston?
Yeah, I want to take a poke at these cow.
No, they're just cows. The Texan is a cow.
They're cows.
It took me forever to figure out that their logo being a cow was because the Texan is a type of cow.
Well, moo.
The moo cows.
Yeah.
The Houston moo cows.
Are they dairy or are they beef?
They're just beef steer.
Well, steer clear of these guys,
Yeah.
I mean, even though Bob McNair's dead, the bullshit keeps coming.
Oh, it keeps coming.
Oh, yeah. General Manager Brian Gaine was fired for being a racist dipshit, which is saying something when the Texans leadership thinks you're being too racist for their taste.
The Texans think you're too racist?
It's
like the guy at the Klan going, whoa, the Klan can go, whoa, guy. You're taking it a bit far.
That's like the inmates running the asylum.
Or some shit like that.
Yeah. And after they fired said way too blatantly racist general manager, they pursued Patriots executive Nick Caserio, but were thwarted by, wait for it, contract language.
The fine print.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Because they couldn't negotiate terms of him becoming their general manager because he was not eligible to negotiate with. He was still under contract.
Which might have been good to know before you fired the GM, who, let's be real, you weren't really bothered by his racism all that much.
You just saw a chance to improve your team, and, oh, hey, guys, thanks for the interest, but I'm still under contract until next season.
Yep.
So, that said, they're going to go without a general manager this season. In the hopes that keeping that vacancy open for Caserio will work out for them.
That's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see how it works out.
Oh, Kraft will fucking re-up that guy's contract so fucking fast.
I hope Kraft is not above doing petty shit.
Oh, no. I mean, McDaniels, anyone?
That's so petty, dude. You know, at the end of the day, I lost an offensive coordinator. So
I know. But, hey, since they decided to go into, it's going to go great for them without a general manager this season, which, because Jadeveon Clowney's holding out. Good on him. They're trying to pay him at a linebacker rate on the franchise tag when he's a defensive tackle or defensive end.
Yeah, he's defensive end.
Yeah, he'd get $2.1 million more money, more dollars.
I don't know why they're doing that to him. He played exactly, 5 snaps?
Like 33 snaps.
Yeah.
The whole season. Yeah, no, it's bullshit. They're 2 top offensive skill position players. Well, actually 3. You count in Will Fuller.
Okay.
Will Fuller, DeAndre Hopkins, and Deshaun Watson are bound to miss significant time this season due to injury.
You know why they get injured so much? The practice field is trash for the Texans.
Yeah.
Absolute trash.
Huh.
Worse than Washington's.
Wow.
Yes. Somehow. I don't know how you do that.
Also,
it's bad.
The other reason, J.J. Watt, for all his contributions, it's nothing more than a fundraising bag of corn who is absorbing far too much cap space at this point in his career.
He really is just a fundraising bag of corn at this point.
He did great things after Hurricane Harvey.
No, like I said, he's great at fundraising, not so much at football anymore.
No, it's like you get 6 games out of him.
Yeah, that's it. But he's still making the money for 16.
Yeah. See, now, but, so that's why we hate and think that the AFC South sucks.
Right, but where there's hate,
there is hope.
There's hope, right? So, Tennessee has a solid defense that is always better than the sum of its parts and a developing offensive core to build with.
Yep.
In Indy, Frank Reich is, in fact, a hell of a coach who's done well to put his team in positions to win games. a few defensive additions, and they are the team to beat in this farce of a division. Jacksonville might just unlock maximum Foles and have a legitimate shot at taking down the Pats in the AFC, but only if Fournette can return to form and that Jacksonville defense once again shows up. And if Houston can stop dicking around with Clowney's money and keep Watson healthy, they have an outside shot of the division, but they need to get out of their own way, and that's something they seem to not be able to do. So
No.
that's my dark horse for this division is the Texans getting their shit together.
Oh, yeah, I mean, because Bill O'Brien, he's like coaching you at JC 9-7 with a personality. He'll yell at you every now and then.
That's nice. It's weird when they.
And he's got a butt chin.
He has an asshole on his chin.
It's a total anus.
How does he shave that? Does he use like a drill bit? He's got to be. There's got to be some. Weird...
I mean, how do you shave a rectum?
I don't
Listeners?
know. I'm sure there's a video on YouTube about it somewhere. I don't want to go.
It's like waxing or bleaching an anus or something.
You pay someone else to do that shit, I guess.
Yeah.
So all right. This is a special one for you, Kenny. Would you like to go into the NFC South, our first one up?
Oh, I would love to.
Please do so, sir.
Because, let's start with, let's start with the first team in the alphabet in this division. What is that? Atlanta, right. Hey, thanks, guys. So, but seriously, 28-3 should be carved into the tombstones of everyone who was involved in that debacle.
I swear to God.
Matt Ryan, he had an outstanding MVP caliber season last year, and no one noticed or cared because, well, the rest of the team died of dysentery on their way to Megatron's butthole, i.e., Mercedes-Benz Stadium. By the way,
but not the other Mercedes-Benz Stadium that's in New Orleans.
No. That's the Superdome.
No, Mercedes-Benz
Superdome.
Fucking lame.
Yeah. Like, seriously, we couldn't get a BMW Stadium.
No, because then it would just the engine would blow halfway through the season.
How about
anyway.
a Maserati?
I don't think half the people know what a Maserati even is anymore.
Shit. Why don't we just go with an Aston Martin?
Why don't we just go with like Instagram Stadium?
You shut your dirty whore mouth, because that's probably what the Ram Stadium is going to be named.
Oh man, I would die if it was like Facebook Stadium. Oh,
it's like social media on the window panels. We'll get to that.
Google Stadium. All your retinas have already been scanned. We own all your personal data.
Oh no, that's Levi Stadium.
Oh, the pants.
Yeah, the Niners in Silicon Valley. Anyway, we're getting ahead of ourselves.
We are.
All right, so Dan Quinn is a spiritual successor of Andy Reid with his inability to close out close games. As both a coordinator and a coach, given up the two biggest comebacks in Super Bowl history. Mm-hmm. Thanks, Dan. We appreciate you in New England. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anyway, they fired Steve Sarkisian. No.
Yeah.
No.
I hear they fired him. I wonder if he knows because he's probably drunk.
Lampshade drunk?
Pants are optional drunk.
Oh, so like when he was at that pep rally that got him fired at USC.
Yes,
that
okay. Drunk.
Oh, alcoholism is bad.
It's
folks.
so bad and good. Alcohol's bad.
I'm good. Yeah, so to revive their offense, guess who they hired?
Coaching unit JC-9-7.
No. They hired failed Tampa Bay head coach and staph infection vector Dirk Cutter to be their offensive coordinator.
Let's see. Divisional detritus. That's always worked out.
Well, I mean...
Let me think of another division who does that constantly. I don't know. Your division who does that shit constantly recycles his shit coaches? This shit is weird.
I know.
That shit is so weird.
It is. But, so... I guess they hope that Matt Ryan's an easier QB to work with than Jameis Winston was, which is fair.
That's fair. That's a pretty
hey.
fair thing to assume.
They lost Tevin Coleman to the Niners, but that doesn't matter because really nothing matters for this team or fan base, as we all know this season, like those before it, will end in failure.
Absolute failure.
The defense is bound to lose 2/3 of their starters to injury or just getting run over because they're undersized.
Yep.
And they're super small once they get past the D line. I mean, Vic Beasley.
Yeah, so Atlanta has a fast and always have had a fast defense, but they're so small that when you get
so smooth.
No, when you get in front of those offensive lines from like Philly and Pittsburgh
or like the Dallas offensive line.
But Dallas thinks they are. They get mauled. They
totally do.
You get your LeGarrette Blount type running back, and these guys are fucking dwarfed by the runner. And they just get hammered, and there's just nothing you can do about it.
It's truck stick all day.
Truck stick all day, baby. but they can get there so they can get run over quicker. So the suspense of what's going to happen at the point of contact, you get over that real quick because you see them get run over a lot sooner than you would a slower linebacker. Just saying.
Yeah. So, and they lost Tevin Coleman, which means now that Devontae Booker can whiff even more blocks. Devontae Freeman, you're right, excuse me.
Yeah.
So Devontae Freeman can whiff even more blocks, allowing Matt Ryan to get strip sacked more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's awesome.
Gonna yes, a big circle jerk down there.
Speaking, so let's get off of that and get on to something a little more.
So Tampa's hoping that old man and hat wearer Bruce Arians is the Jameis Whisperer. The same Bruce Arians that retired from the Cardinals for health reasons.
Oh, when we do that team, you'll understand why.
They're hoping this guy can keep perpetual turnover machine and professional fuckwit Jameis Winston from living his bestest, most terrible life at quarterback.
Crab legs.
They also allowed a likable young talent, Gerald McCoy, to leave in free agency, only to import the presence the most expensive canker sore in the history of the world in Ndamukong Suh, who has all the locker room presence of a rabid badger. Tampa is either going to simply fail or fail in the most spectacular way possible this season, but they will still believe that Winston has matured and deserves another contract.
Oh, he does not.
This glorified strip mall of a city and soggy dumpster of a franchise deserve each other.
Yeah. I mean, the only highlight in the next 12 months for this city is going to be when they host WrestleMania next year.
Why are WrestleMania? Oh, because you don't have to wear sleeves down there. I got it.
Yeah, that's right, buddy.
You don't got to wear sleeves down there.
But I will not be going, so reasons we'll cover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next up is your...
Carolina.
The Hello Kitties, yeah.
All right, well, sassy church aunt Cam Newton may or may not be healthy enough to be effective this season, but since this is the year if it ends with a number, I'm going to go with the latter. Riverboat Ron is the least gamblingest coach I've ever seen, and the fact that he needs Cam to go 700 yards on the ground, that's not sustainable at all.
No, your running back shouldn't have 700 yards on the ground in order for your offense to be successful. That's
for all the hype that they bring in Christian McCaffrey with. Cam needing to get 700 yards on the ground is kind of bullshit.
No, if you look at the statistics, right, when they have successful seasons with Cam Newton, it's because he's racked off 700 plus yards on the ground, and the year
700 hits to the head.
And the year they went to the Super Bowl, he had like 14 rushing touchdowns. That's you can't fucking do that.
That's not sustainable at all.
You can't keep doing that shit.
I mean, their wide receiving core is Devin Funchess, and he's simply Kelvin Benjamin minus the dessert bar at Golden Corral.
Yeah, Kevin Benjamin's a fat ass.
Yeah, he's about a country biscuit away from being a defensive tackle.
No, he's a defensive tackle now.
Oh, yeah. The fan base still yearns for the good old days of Jake Delhomme, despite Cam being a no-shit generational talent. Christian McCaffrey is still here to prove that how little his versatility matters when no one can fucking block worth a damn, so that's nice. And, hey, Greg Olson's disembodied soul might make an appearance during camp, so keep an eye out for that, along with, somebody wearing a Jimmy Clausen jersey.
He had Notre Dame, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
He was like Bro Extreme, wasn't he?
Bro Stream.
He was Mountain Dew Bro before Mountain Dew Bro was a meme.
Yeah.
New Orleans.
Oh, God.
Yeah, all right. So this is...
Let's preface this with, we're going to go hard.
Yeah, all right, so they deserve every bit of this. So the state of Louisiana just summoned the refs and Goodell to the state courthouse to explain how that blatant pass interference call was missed in the NFC. Yes, dude, yes. And
get over it!
They're literally calling these folks into court to explain how...
you fucking kidding
I shit you not. Look, this move has put the Saints above those annoying Patriots fans as the most pathetic fan base because the Patriots fans tried to sue Robert Kraft for emotional distress caused by Deflategate. This surpasses that because this is the state doing it.
Full disclosure, I had nothing to do with that lawsuit.
But it happened, dude. The judge
dude, okay, 5 guys from Woonsocket, Rhode Island decided they had been upset by the whole thing.
Dude.
And they got a couple of their friends who were lawyers over in fucking Pawtucket
Hold on.
to sign on.
Hey, has any other team ever done that shit before this shit? Nope. Anyway, the Saints just went harder because the state itself did it. Like, the state legislature did this. So, either way,
It's
super pathetic fan base there.
pathetic.
Honestly, that non-call couldn't have happened to a better, more deserving team. Unfortunately, they whined loud enough to force a rule change. So be prepared to not only debate what the fuck a catch is, but now you can drunkenly argue as to whether or not something is pass interference.
Fuck.
Karma states this rule will bite this very team in the ass during the season this year. So that's nice.
Yes.
That's nice. We will see the challengeable non-call negatively affect New Orleans this year.
It's just like the Colts being punked for their deflated balls the year after Deflategate.
That just, yeah.
Exactly. This is how karma works.
This is how karma works. So, where's that? Drew Brees is still here and is old and boring.
He's going to throw for about 4,500.
Blue Steel is still here looking like a teenage girl trying to take a selfie.
Ugh.
Michael Thomas was just extended to a shit ton of money. And
Goodbye, salary cap.
Yep, and Teddy Bridgewater is still your backup, so you better get your monkey's paws out and pray nothing happens to Breeze. Ingram bolted for the Ratbirds, so now we get to see how long it takes before Kamara is injured. Huzzah!
Oh, God, yes.
However,
wow.
Kenny, do you have the next part?
Well, where there's hate, there is hope here in the NFC South, and Atlanta has one of the most talented rosters on the offensive side of the ball. I mean, Calvin Ridley, Julio Jones, they're amazing. As is Matt Ryan. He isn't as hyped up as he is for, he's hyped up because, he's good.
He's really good.
He actually really is.
Yeah.
Fans have to hope that Cutter is the guy who can get Julio into the end zone finally. Tampa is screwed as long as Winston is there, but this could be the last season they're stuck with him. And this isn't... Let's face it, this is a team in need of a rebuild, and Bruce Arians is probably the guy that can do it. He can build a competent roster. I mean, he did it in Arizona, for God's sake.
He did. He brought in Carson Palmer. He had Larry Fitzgerald. He had David Johnson.
Yep.
He had some good talent in Arizona. They just fell short.
He got
playoffs.
to a couple NFC championship games.
And they got the doors taken off by Legion of Boom.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, it happens though.
Well, no, actually, they also lost to the Panthers.
Ooh, yeah, no, yes. That's the one where Carson threw like 6 picks?
No, Carson got hurt and Ryan Lindley.
Never given Ryan Lindley's playing in the playoffs.
Yeah.
all bad.
Now, the Panthers will only go as far as Cam can take them. So he will need to be on point as a passer this season. And they will need to protect him and make him comfortable in the pocket. But it can happen. And the Saints, that they are still the class of this division, but will the lack of depth be their undoing, or will the departures of two of Breeze's O-linemen be the problem?
Oh, we're going to see.
Yeah, I mean, Max Unger and Jermon Bushrod were a big reason of why Drew Brees fell off during the end of the year last year.
Well, that him being old.
Yeah.
But
I mean, he's in his 40s now, too.
He's slightly younger than Brady.
Yeah, I mean, he came out in 2001.
Yeah, he's slightly younger than Tom Brady.
Yeah.
So, moving on to the NFC West.
Holy cow, we're halfway through all our divisions today.
We're cooking, dude.
We are cooking.
We are fucking cooking. Yeah, so, Arizona. This team is hampered by ownership that more closely resembles crash test dummies repeating the same crash, and they're wondering why the airbags didn't protect them from whiplash.
Fucking idiots.
They clearly got the lesser of the Pitt-Card merger here.
Google it.
They set up an inexperienced first-time head coach for failure in 2018 with a switch cheese O-line and a top 10 quarterback, and then decided that since it was so much fun last year, they'd do the same thing with a hack who failed in college in 2019.
Kingsbury.
They had no plan for their draft this year and didn't trade Josh Rosen until after they drafted Kyler Murray and lost all their leverage. But this is what you get when your ownership and executive staff more closely resembles a Dumb and Dumber cosplay convention than a competent unit.
I mean, seriously, Kyler Murray, if he winds up starting, will be the shortest starting quarterback in the NFL.
You know what, man? He might still be good because Breeze isn't all that tall.
But he's 3 inches shorter than Breeze.
But what? How?
Yeah.
Ooh.
He's 5'9". You didn't know that?
No, I thought he was like 5'10" or some shit. 5'9".
No.
That's comically short.
Yeah.
Well, someone should have chose baseball.
Well, I think, and that's the thing that I like to point out here. Like Steve Keim and Michael Bidwill, in leveraging the farm on Kyler Murray because Cliff Kingsbury would love to coach him and gushed about him in October of last year. Drafting him number 1, trading away Josh Rosen, and effectively giving up on him after
in the
1
wrong
year.
order, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
In the wrong fucking order. Because that matters.
You dumbasses.
Dumbass. They're going to be the bottom.
Oh, yeah,
West.
no, I mean, and they have been because the Bidwells are shit owners.
The Bidwells are shit owners.
Yeah.
So, once again, another Super Bowl fucking loser. Let's talk about, to your team. Let's talk about the Rams there, buddy.
Well, When you copy Kyle Shanahan's homework and don't change it a little to look like you didn't copy, you deserve to be held to 3 goddamn points in the Super Bowl by the fucking Patriots, whose defense was not that great last season.
No, wasn't that good.
No.
Wasn't that good.
I was impressed that they beat the Chargers, okay?
Yeah.
And there they are holding this juggernaut Rams offense to 3 points.
It's
because, as was it, Hightower put it in the postgame presser, we just waited for we sat back, waited for Goff to shit his pants, and then did our thing.
Because he knew he was going to do it.
Yeah,
he did it against the
when
Eagles.
Your offense is predicated on a set design, and then if something isn't there, then Goff has to make a play, and he can't improvise.
Actually, the worst part about that is, in all realness, McVay was talking Goff through his reads while they're at the line. But McVay couldn't read the defense until they were lined up. The Patriots nullified that by simply not lining up until the play clock got to the point to where the headset turned off.
Yep.
So that forced Goff to read the defense, which he couldn't fucking do, which is embarrassing for anyone who's drafted in the first round as a quarterback. At 3 years in, you can't read a fucking defense. That's why he panicked so much.
Yep.
Because he had to think, and he's never had to think. Goff is a fraud. McVay is a fraud. So...
Yeah.
Fucking both.
I mean, and plus, they're in complete denial as to the severity of Gurley's knee injury.
Dude, Gurley's probably has shit draining on his knee right fucking now, dude. Gurley's just about done.
Yeah, I mean, it's to the point where I think they're fucking delusional that he's going to be anywhere near the productive back he used to be.
It's a good thing they paid him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And speaking of overpaying, that defense has hit its peak.
Oh, yeah, it's
oh, yeah,
it's
I mean, Aqib Talib can take your fucking soul, but he can also take a paycheck that counts bigly against your salary cap. Bigly. They bet big on last season, and they lost. And they have handcuffed themselves with bad contracts, and they're probably not going to be even close to the Super Bowl unless Big Raj leaves them tickets. That's Goodell, everybody.
Yeah, the ginger hammer.
But on the plus side, McVay's girlfriend is like hot or something.
Yeah, I guess when you're only 30, your dating pool is a bit younger.
Well,
I don't know.
And you're in L.A. Oh, my God.
Well, she's probably got more plastic on her than a Honda, so...
All right, Tasha.
It's whatever. Anyway, Seattle, they picked up DK Metcalf. He's big and he's fast, but he has the agility of a shopping cart with a wobbly wheel, right? And he can't run routes for shit. But it doesn't matter because when Captain Osprey's fending off Thanos in the Black Order because his own line can't block for shit, so it's not like he'll actually have time to throw the ball to this guy. Yep, Captain Osprey. Plus, you have to remember these shit-stained fucking Nuggets peer-pressured Earl Thomas into playing when he could have held out the whole year and not been carted off halfway through the first game.
I know, right?
With a broken leg. That was the most well-earned middle finger ever. And from the angle of the camera that I saw, that fucker looked like it had like eight knuckles to it, man.
I know, but seriously.
To be honest, that's one of the most iconic photos from last year was Earl Thomas being carted off, giving his sideline the finger, giving Pete Carroll the finger.
Yeah, and then on top of that, you figure they also lost Cam Chancellor.
Yes, he retired because his neck was falling apart.
Yep. I mean, they lost everybody on this defense.
Well, they played a certain style of defense, and they punched up a lot, and your body does wear down when you play that kind of defense.
Yeah.
Legion of Boom for a reason, dude. You were part of that hit too. Your body has to absorb that shit too. So let's talk about your boy Garoppolo.
So San Francisco, right? Yeah.
Santa Clara.
Officially San Francisco.
But they play in Santa Clara.
Silicon Valley.
They play in Santa Clara.
I know. I've been there.
I know you have.
It's a nice stadium.
Is it though?
And they have a ton of places to charge your phone.
It's got good Wi-Fi too, doesn't it?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I bet it does. Do they have heat stroke stations there for you?
Oh, they have misting spots.
That's good.
Yeah, but see the open end of that stadium.
Yeah.
Like the sun comes through, drills you.
It's a skillet though.
It is.
It's a fucking skillet.
So skillet.
Did they build it like that on purpose?
I'll get back to you on that.
All right, thanks.
Yeah. Anyway, a good-looking quarterback who got paid for a 6-game sample size.
Hey man, ka-ching.
A solid running back who may or may not finish the season.
Again.
The mastermind of the shittiest lead-protecting offense in Super Bowl history.
Oh, that sounds familiar.
It all adds up to, well, goddamn boring football.
Super boring football.
I mean, seriously, when can anybody say they have been excited by the San Francisco, Santa Clara, Silicon Valley 49ers?
Oh, there was this one time where they had this guy with an afro at their quarterback position. He was okay. And they had a khaki-wearing psychopath on the sideline. He was fun to watch.
Oh, yeah.
Because he wanted cake. He wanted cake now. I want cake.
Yeah.
I want cake.
Then he would wipe his butt and tell him that that's what his team played like today, as he made him gather around the stall.
Man, I'll tell you what, dude. Jim Harbaugh, I missed that guy.
I was talking about Singletary.
Oh, Singletary pulled his pants down.
That's what I mean.
Oh, my God. Yeah, he's also a psychopath. But Harbaugh was a special kind of psychopath.
The wacky and khaki.
Oh, yeah. The wacky and the khaki.
Yeah. He's Michigan's Great Cane.
His Twitter feed is gold.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Man, how did we not cover the Twitter feed of Captain Andrew Luck?
Oh, well, there's also Lieutenant Baker Mayfield.
So we have the AFC North to look forward to.
Yeah, those are some good good Twitter feeds. If you like good content on Twitter, I'm cutting this one a little short here. If you like good content on Twitter, Captain Andrew Luck and Lieutenant Baker Mayfield are two of the best fucking Twitter feeds. Their pictures look like Civil War Union soldiers, right? And everything's written in that style of Americana.
Dearest mother,
I received the squirrel oil that you made, and we have been the men and I have been enjoying the raccoon knuckles that you lovingly prepared. the men are restless as we camp in this whatever area. It's fucking great, man. It's amazing shit.
I got it. Here we go.
Oh, what you got? Yeah.
Dearest mother, basic training continues to progress. While my sidearm is operating illustriously, General Reich has determined the uncomfortable baby cow portion of my leg needs rest. Please do not fret. However, I shall commend the planned bison men skirmish from afar.
So yeah, good stuff. So either way, back to the Niners.
Back to the Niners. Oh, okay, we're gonna jump back in on that.
Yeah, we're gonna jump back in on
that. Look, Jimmy G can get all the porn star hand jobs in history, and it won't make up for the fact that most quarterbacks aren't the same when they're returning from an ACL tear. Also, fuck Nick Bosa. You are where you belong, sir, in the crotch of Silicon Valley, in an actual skillet of a stadium, which is impressive in its own right.
How do you build that? I mean, how do you build a stadium that concentrates the sun's energy to its fucking spec to the stands? That's amazing. Actually, it gets the sidelines too.
Oh wow, yeah,
because the opposing players they
oh yeah, that bad boy gets hot.
They had to cross to the other side to warm up because they were fucking dying and they got yelled at. It was bad.
Yeah.
So either way, where there's hate, there's hope. Arizona couldn't possibly be worse this year, right? Well, here's Kingsbury saying, hold it for Loco, so we're going to strap yourself in for another number one overall
Honey,
pick.
get the camera. This is going to be fucking great.
It's going to be great, right? Pete Carroll did his best job as coach in 2018, getting the Seahawks back in the playoffs after jettisoning basically all of the Legion of Boom defense. The 49ers got D4 to improve on a good defense and should threaten us with a winning record this year.
Threaten us, but will they deliver? I don't know.
Maybe. The Rams open their new stadium eventually and still have the best defensive player, the best player period in the NFL right now, Aaron Donald.
He's a beast.
Look, dude is an absolute fucking force to reckon with. The Rams still very much have him and are going to have him for a while. They paid the man.
Yeah, they did.
We're going to, so they have a chance while he's in there.
Yeah. They still have a chance, and that's why I figure they're going to probably take this division, but not as good as they were last year. Probably like 10-6.
Well, since everybody unlocked that Goff can't read a defense, it's going to be super bad for them this year.
Super bad.
Either way,
hey,
let's go to another team that lost to the Patriots in the clutch moment.
Oh, wow. You mean it? Yeah. That's a recurring theme around here.
It really is almost like it was set up that way.
No. I mean, because there's one team in here that didn't. And has never.
No, actually, because the next team that you're going to talk about also has a fucking gripe.
Oh, yeah, but then, in between that.
No, well, yeah.
So, Kansas City, right? I mean, bitch all you want about overtime coin flips. That doesn't excuse your shitty-ass defense giving up 3 consecutive third and longs, and we're talking like 7 or more yards here, folks. And en route to a touchdown that ultimately sent the Patriots to the Super Bowl in the loudest stadium in the world. You weren't loud enough, were you? Oh, sure. D. Ford gave the Patriots new life by being offsides, and you shit-canned him to San Francisco as punishment for a second rounder that you promptly flipped to Seattle for Frank Clark. So, like a lat move there or something. Oh, yeah. So also in lat moves, they fired their defensive coordinator Bob Sutton and replaced him with Steve Spagnuolo. You know what that's like? Yeah, well, because he has history with Andy Reid, and it's a safe hire. That's like trading in a bologna sandwich for olive loaf.
Yeah, I didn't know what olive loaf was when we were writing this. You had to tell me, and I'm like, oh, yeah, that's bologna.
Yeah, but with olives.
With olives. Okay.
Oh.
Ooh.
Exciting.
Yay, olives.
Look out for that pimento.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same goddamn result, but it's less suited for the personnel on hand. And not only that, Spags, his defenses in 6 of his last 7 years as a coordinator have finished in the bottom 10 of the NFL.
Yeah, not very good as a DC.
Including 2 32nd place finishes.
Not good right now. Not good.
And honestly, my biggest gripe, they continue to excuse abhorrent monsters like Tyreek Hill because he can run fast and score touchdowns.
Yeah, Tyreek Hill's a piece of shit.
He is.
So yeah,
I don't need to be terrified Tyreek Hill. I need to see him hauled off in cuffs.
So there was a joke on the internet recently about Tyreek Hill. It was like, Tyreek Hill has a bruised quad. It was like, which one of his kids is in quad? I was like, that's funny because he abuses his children, right?
But child abuse is never fun.
It's really not, but this is all we have in this cold, dark world.
Yeah.
Denver, the Broncos. Vance Joseph was fired, and Vic Fangio was hired. But the real problem still exists in John Elway. Mr. Hortese himself can't select a groom a quarterback or put together a defense for shit. They also employed shit stains like Chad Kelly. Joe Flacco and his eyebrow are now here, and it's 20% grittier because he has beard stubble. Not that he'll do any heavy lifting in offense because, his knee.
Hey, and there's only they did have a stud running back in Philip Lindsay.
Yeah, they do.
But, they did until, like, a piranha ate his arm or something.
Yeah, piranha ate his wrist.
Like, what the Ow!
So let's go to another team that has had a gripe with the Patriots.
I don't like that tuck rule. I just don't.
Raiders.
Yeah, Raiders. Hey, there's a bigger shit show heading to Las Vegas in 2020 than my wedding. And it's this car wreck of a franchise.
Oh, dude, this team is so fun to watch.
Lloyd Christmas and Harry Doyle. Mark Davis and John Gruden are ruining this team.
They're bad.
It's fitting that they have to play one more year in that shithole stadium with a batshit coach. And hey, Nathan Peterman's there too.
The Peterman.
Because he's a competent NFL quarterback who keeps getting signed despite there being above average replacement talent with an afro.
Or anywhere. It could be us.
I could be the quarterback of the goddamn Oakland Raiders and be better than him.
He's pretty bad.
I know, right? But then again, this is the franchise that drafted Jamarcus Russell.
Yeah, it is.
There's some bad decision-making going on here. They rehired John Gruden a decade after he stopped being relevant. Also,
this is the same division that drafted Ryan Leaf.
Don't fucking touch me! Seriously. I guess, that Peterman's this week's Gruden grinder.
He's going to be the Gruden grinder every week.
Meanwhile, Khalil Mack and Amari Cooper are laughing at these jackasses for trading away for peanuts. It's so hard to contain my rancor towards this franchise that I'm stumbling over my words.
They're really not good.
They're terrible.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and did we mention they reached at number 4 for Clelin Ferrell, who is a run-stuffing defensive tackle when they were in a passing league, and they could have had him in the second round.
He wouldn't go anywhere.
Oh, yeah.
He wouldn't go anywhere.
Oh, that was a great idea. Yeah. 3 first-round picks.
Yeah, he did.
And, Antonio Brown and Vontaze Burfict are here now. How long until one tries to kill the other on the sideline of a televised game? Dirt?
I'm thinking week 13.
I wanted to say sooner, but you gotta let the
gotta let the practice fights happen.
Yeah,
and then we have the sideline explosion.
All right, yeah. Not only that, but how long until an Antonio Brown live stream comes out?
Antonio Brown's such a tool.
Oh my God, I can't. Part of me just doesn't want to watch because it'll be Gruden.
Yeah,
at least it was entertaining when it was Tomlin.
Hey, dude, I bet you Gruden doesn't even watch porn. I bet he beats it to film a fullback running fucking counter draws.
Live spider, 2 banana in your pants,
In
bitch.
your pants for John Gruden. That's a real Gruden grinder right there.
Ah, the Gruden grinder.
There's something wrong with that guy.
There's a lot of things.
Something wrong with that guy.
So wrong with that gentleman.
So let's talk about the formerly known as the San Diego, but now in Los Angeles, nobody wants us or loves us here, Chargers. Carson Chargers. The greater Los Angeles metropolitan area Chargers. Yeah. I bet $5 Phillip Rivers gets his wife pregnant just now because I said it out loud. I bet it just happened. Just right now. I bet it just fucking happened.
You willed it into existence.
I willed that into existence.
Like Anthony Davis trade rumors.
Stand by for the next 8 to 12 weeks for the news that she's expecting. It's going to happen. Oh, it's like clockwork. The sun rises, the moon fucking rises, Phillip Rivers' wife gets pregnant. It's like fucking, he's going to set your clock.
His pullout game is weaker than your Wi-Fi password.
My God. If he was as good at winning playoff games as he is at making babies, he had more rings than Brady and Charles Haley combined.
Ouch!
This is the team that LA didn't want, forgets it has, especially since the Rams were kind of cool to the casual fan last year, which is the best you can hope for in LA.
Really, McKenzie? Oh my God!
Yeah. Oh, well. See, here's the thing, right? The Chargers struggled to sell out a tiny Major League Soccer stadium, and even then, most of the fans were rooting for the other team because the city is made almost entirely out of transplants and their children, right?
I wonder if there's another franchise that's going to have the same problem next season.
Maybe.
Oh yeah, silver and black. Watch out.
No, I mean, yeah. So Melvin Gordon's holding out, and old Marmalade was about as supportive as across his jockstrap, which is always good. So Gordon countered that by demanding a trade. Please, Spanos, never change.
I know, it's so amazing.
Never change. But where there's hate, there's hope for these guys.
There is?
Yeah, there is. The Chiefs are still a monstrous team with the quarterback talent we haven't seen the likes of ever.
Oh my God, yes.
Right? I mean, you can't deny.
He's got like those lefty looky-loo
He's throwing left-handed touchdowns because he's bored. Look, this is the next Aaron Rodgers, man. He's a monster.
Oh no, he's better than that. He'll have more than one ring by the time he's done.
Well, Andy Reid's his head coach, so.
Okay, point taken.
All right, here we go. So
he's like the Marino of his generation, man.
Thank you very much. Yeah. Yes, very talented passer, very talented guy. The Broncos, they're putting some building blocks in place. Vic Fangio is not a bad coach.
No,
right
he's a solid defensive coach.
In fact, he did the Hall of Fame game while passing kidney stones, which sounds really fucking hard.
That's some tough guy shit.
That's some lead from the
like
front
Mike
type shit
Zimmer
right
in that he's like a defensive coach who's long overdue for a shot at a head job.
Yeah, so we're going to see how he does. He did good in Chicago last year as a DC, right? Chicago.
Oh, yeah. If we had Brandon on, he'd tell you all about it.
Oakland is a shit show by design at this point, and they're succeeding very much in what they are. They're a shitty team. And the Chargers, they're second fiddle to a popular team right now in Los Angeles.
But they're probably the better team of the two.
But let's be honest, their actual fan base that's out of San Diego, they're more likely to come to LA to see the game than whatever spurned lover in St. Louis that the Rams left behind. So,
like, seriously, just take them back. Like,
seriously,
send them back to San Diego.
So I mean, not so bad, not so bad. So let's talk about this week's shitty beer. Greetings, I'm Dirk Diggler of the Philadelphia Diglays.
And I'm Kenneth Dorksworth of the Connecticut Dorksworth.
And we are here to give you Dirk Diggler's Shitty Game Time Beer of the Week. Alright, so this week's Shitty Beer of the Week is the venerable Natty Motherfucking Light.
Oh, it's like Rush Week at UConn.
Have we done this before?
No. Natural Ice.
Oh.
Not the light. We've done Natter Days, we've done Natural Ice.
But we have not done Natty Light.
Surprising.
Let's give it a spin.
Is it the stubby bottle?
It might be the stubby bottle.
I know, it's not as bad as I anticipated it to be.
No, this is not. This is a serviceable beer. All right. It's a good beer. It's a great game time beer. This is an amazing game time beer. And let me tell you why. right? It's delicious enough that it's not strong one way or the other, right? It's got enough beer flavor to it, right? Like, it tastes like beer. It tastes like, when you imagine a beer, this is what a beer tastes like. Macro brew. Doesn't have a skunk to it, doesn't taste like vomit. It's just a simple taste. Doesn't distract you from the game.
Yep.
It's refreshing. Just the right amount of sweetness to it. Just the right amount of bite to it. No overpowering alcohol flavor. This is the
kind of beer that'll sneak up on you after you have a few.
This is a beer that you will take down a case and be like, oh,
I have to drive.
I should probably call an Uber.
Right? Yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah, this is a good beer. Kenny, tell us a little bit about what you're getting over there.
I'm getting a little bit of tailgates at in East Hartford going in through. I mean, it reminds me a lot of.
And I didn't even know they sold this shit in bottles until like.
I know.
I thought this shit was
I'm used to chugging it through a can after somebody had said shotgun.
Oh yeah. But no, this is.
Because I went to college in my 30s with a bunch of teenagers.
That sounds interesting.
It was quite interesting.
Sounds interesting.
Oh, if you could have been there.
Yeah, could have been there.
But you're gonna be there for something else entirely different.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so definitely recommend Natural Light as a game time beer if you're looking for something. Now, is it Party with Ham's good? I do believe it is Party with Ham's good.
Oh.
I would party with Natural Light just as much as I would party with Ham's.
Wow.
Right, just because this also takes me back to the good old days, back with me and a certain James Martinez. We're in the barracks of Pendleton.
Oh yeah, this is a Friday night barracks beer.
This is definitely a field day beer, especially between paychecks. Right, you go to the store, you pick yourself up a case of these bad boys, and you and your roommate have at it. And I mean,
30 rack of beer.
Oh yeah.
PlayStation.
Oh yeah. Why not? Gotcha.
Yeah.
Why not? So
yeah, hit up the video store.
Yeah, dude, this is a good beer. This is a really good beer.
It's a lot better than I expected.
I would recommend this. We've been drinking Coors Light as we wrote the script and recorded, and I would say the Natural Light surpasses the Coors.
Oh yeah. So that's where all the hate and piss and vinegar came from.
Yeah, definitely Coors. Definitely, we're gonna review that one at some point too.
Yeah.
And Coors banquet beer. And I think we did that one already, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
We did banquet beer. Either way, if there's a beer that you'd like us to try that we maybe haven't tried, be sure to hit us up. Dirt Diggler 2823 at gmail.com, or you can hit up Dirt Diggler Shitty Sports Show on the Facebook. We also have an Instagram, Dirt and Dork. We're also on Twitter. Yep. Look us up. We'd love to hear from you. Once again, that's Dirt Diggler 2823 at gmail.com. And now, our shitty take of the week.
Oh. Holy super shitty indefensible hot takes, Diggler. What are we going to do now?
Johnny, Dork, to the take mobile. Okay, hold on. I guess I just gotta get this started. Hold on. It takes a minute. It's kind of old. All right.
Really?
All right. I think. All right. I think we're good. I think we're good to go. I think we're good to go. All right. Now,
changing gears to basketball.
Right. So, for those of you who've been paying attention for the last couple months about the basketball landscape, my shitty take is that Anthony Davis bolts from the Lakers in free agency to sign with the Clippers.
Because everyone wants to play in L.A.
Everybody wants to play in L.A., baby. Just not for the Lakers.
Shit. That's pretty shitty, actually. So, yeah.
Go for it.
All right, mine?
Yeah.
All right, fine. So, keeping in the basketball world, because, Danny Ainge has managed to piss off half of the basketball world. Most elite free agents won't sign there because they're afraid of getting stabbed in the back.
There's some trust issues there.
Oh, no, of course.
No trust issues.
Yeah. So, in order, to get away from that, the Celtics are going to trade Danny Ainge to Houston so that the Rockets can realize their ambition of becoming the cuntiest team in North American sports history.
Wow.
I mean,
they are quite cunty, though.
Oh, they are.
Like, their cuntiness is certainly above average.
I think they're just trying to set it. I think they've already gotten there, but they're trying to set a standard that no one else can top.
The most legendary cunty team ever.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, the cuntiest team in sports history, right? Because somebody will eventually come along and say, I think we can be cuntier.
I don't know how, man.
I don't know how.
It's gonna be hard.
Yeah.
How are they gonna recover from the loss of Chris Paul, though? He's pretty cunty.
Oh. Oof.
And
OKC's stuck with him.
Can Westbrook be as cunty as Paul? I don't know. Westbrook's kind of a.
Well, I mean, Westbrook and Harden used to play together, and then they decided it was not going to work, so they broke them up.
Well,
So, I mean, the cuntiness can come.
We'll see. Either way, that's this week's show.
Yeah, that was a tight show.
Yeah, we really ran through that schedule today, man. It was a really, really tight show. Once again, listen, get us on Facebook for you old people, because we know the young ones are on Facebook. Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on Twitter. Look for Dirt Diggler, Shitty Sports Show, or Dirt and Dork. Look for those. And, of course, if you want to just get at us directly, you can send us an email at dirtdiggler2823@gmail.com. And we will answer your queries. Yes. So that's it, dude. It's been real.
It's been fun.
And it's been real fun. Dirt Diggler and
the Dork.
Out.